Mountain West Conference Championship game. Game number 2, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. It is on ESPN, 4:45 Pacific. San Diego State in Laramie to take on Wyoming. Aztecs 7, 62.5 the total. Phil Steele tweet, the last time Wyoming hosted a home game in December, 1902. And look at the weather. It's going to be 20 degrees with a chance of snow. You know, the boys from San Diego aren't going to like that. Round 1 of one of the best games of the season. They played a couple weeks ago, 34-33, Wyoming won. The Aztecs had 2 different players return kickoffs for touchdowns. They led in the 4th quarter. Josh Allen throws a couple touchdowns for Wyoming. And then San Diego State ties it on a Hail Mary last play of the game. It took about 5 minutes to review it. They called it good. And then Rocky Long went for the win in 2, and they didn't get it.
No, and there was definitely a hangover after that game. It was a battle of 2 great running backs in that contest. Neither could get loose. I mean, Brian Hill, 31 for 131. He did have a couple of touchdowns in that contest. But, again, he's averaging in the 4 yards per carry range. And Donnell Pumphrey doesn't have a whole lot of games where he doesn't hit 100 yards. He was only 17 to 76 and no touchdowns, although he did catch 5 passes out of the backfield for 52 yards, Paul. But, I mean, you watch these 2 games, these 2 teams play last week, and it was like completely different football teams. What the hell happened? Did that game leave both teams gassed? Because everyone was playing for home field last week on Saturday. Both teams stunk. San Diego State losing 63-31 at home to Colorado State. Wyoming losing 56-35 to New Mexico. In both games, Paulie, wire-to-wire routes.
It's if they treated it as a scrimmage, but there's a little bit to, they were running out of gas. Here's Aztec coach Rocky Long, quote, the emotions in that game wore us out. If you watch a film of them against New Mexico, they're not near as fast and as quick as when they played us. And when you watch us on film against Colorado State, we look sluggish and slow. They didn't play worth a darn, and we didn't either. I think the 2 teams will be excited and fresh this week and ready to go, end quote. Going to be cold again, not good for San Diego State. Also not good for San Diego State, and you mentioned they couldn't get Pumphrey going in that first game. If they can't run the ball again in those cold conditions, I don't give them much chance to move it through the air.
Sure. In my mind, Wyoming correlates with the over in this ballgame. If San Diego State, and San Diego State's a class here. You know, they've been the class of this conference for the last few seasons. They do have the better of these 2 defenses. They're in revenge for a frustrating loss just a couple of weeks ago. If the Aztecs are going to control the game, they're going to shut down Wyoming offensively. If Wyoming's hanging here, they got to be scoring points. I don't know if they can shut down San Diego State again. So the correlation for me, Wyoming for over. I don't know if I get to the window with either one.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.